Weirdest week because 2 days ago my wife totaled our car and our cat died. You see that towel? There's a dead cat under there. I have to bury him after this interview.
The most noisy, most absurd, heaviest thing that was going.
The Hype is a very conservative film in the sense it's just like straight ahead. It's like music, interviews, performances, and the editing is like to the beat, and it's like pretty much right there. Over the years between making Hype and Scratch, I learned a lot as a filmmaker, and I mean, my first interviews on Hype were really poorly done. I mean, I made all the beginner mistakes, like talking too much in the interview, and I just did all sorts of things that I didn't, and I also didn't get personal in the interviews. On Scratch, I just had no problem asking people like, so why did you want to be a DJ?
I got my first drum at 5, and then I started playing on a set at 11, 12 years old, somewhere in that range. Then I got into turntables, or then I got into beat making, then I got into turntables, but I don't know how to play anything, you know, I don't know how to play the piano, anything melodic I don't know how to play.
I mean, I don't expect anybody to necessarily like scratching out of the blue, and I don't think my movie makes them like the sound of it, but I think it makes them understand it. And even the structure on Scratch isn't quite as clear to me. I mean, there is a structure there, and it does work, but it's like, it's a little bit more, you know, some people haven't been able to identify it. I think the hardest part is just trying to figure out what should be in the movie and what shouldn't be. Because as an editor, it's like, you know, if you have 40 hours of material, there's a lot of good stuff that's not going to be in the movie. And just coming to what that decision is really, really stressful. And it's the hardest part. Peanut Butter Wolf. Here's an example of a great DJ, great producer, who's not in the movie. And I feel terrible about it. I really do. But we do have footage with him. We went over to his house one day, and he's really cool. That's the big fear you live in, is you don't want to make a movie and then have somebody say, I can't believe you didn't know about this. That's where a lot of good stuff comes from, is I ask them who's got to be in the movie. What CDs do I have to listen to? What tape should I listen to? The goal is to put it in context. You know what I mean? And so it's like to take a performance but to put it into context. So like if you're going to see DJ Qbert or somebody just scratching, and it's pretty intense, you want to kind of set that up with enough information so the audience can appreciate it.
Called the zone, or a nirvana. You know, you just totally just all into it. You know, you're just getting the whole. It's like you're not playing the instrument. It's like you're the instrument, and the universe is playing you.
I mean, you got to listen to this music if you're going to interview these guys. You can't just go to an interview without knowing what these people are doing. You know, it's really important to be ready for that. Because you get inspired by listening to songs. You'll say like, where did they get that song? I'm thinking of doing a documentary with Brad Blondheim this summer. He's the producer of Scratch, called, I mean, it's about trucking and truckers. So they're not musicians, but I guarantee it's going to have a really hardcore country trucking soundtrack. It's just like with Hype, I just didn't give up. I mean, and believe me, it took 5 years, and there was hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people in my life, friends, family, all around us saying, don't do it, give it up, it's a stupid idea. And I didn't give up. And I almost did many times, but I didn't. And in the end, we just eked through barely, and we ended up with a feature, and it worked. I'll see you around.